Hello friends, we are back with another evolution of makeup. And it's been a while. I did a bad job, okay? Then Halloween came around, I had to do all the Halloween videos. It's not my fault. So, we're here. We're ready. And if you don't seem to remember, because the video was like 2 months ago maybe at this point, last stop was ancient Greece. Now we are hop, skipping, and jumping to ancient Rome. So, grab your passport, grab your masks, hop on the plane, buckle your seatbelt, remember to put your own oxygen mask on before your friend, and let's fly on over to ancient Rome. Great! We're back. So, let's set the scene. It is 753 BC to 475 AD. You're a lovely Roman woman. You're waking up, you're eating some breakfast, you're getting ready to go out to the forum, to go shopping, maybe even to the amphitheater. Maybe you'll see a show. Who's to say? But you have to get ready and you have to pack some of the most important things, that being makeup. So, let's talk makeup. A Roman philosopher, who I did not get the name of, said, "A woman without paint, makeup, is like food without salt." So, right around the time for ancient Rome, makeup kind of became a thing for people, not the gods anymore, so people were doing it to look better. Before, they were doing it for the gods to think that they looked good. Now, they were doing it for themselves and for other people, so other people thought they looked nice. Makeup was so fashionable and expensive that they actually started to make knockoffs, kind of like how we have dupes. And they were sold to the poorer women, so the women could still be wearing makeup and could still be seen in makeup, but they weren't having to buy the super expensive higher end products. They also started using perfume because smelling good meant that you were healthy. So that is something that I did find interesting and obviously isn't relevant to put on my face, but that's also cool. So, we are going to start with our skin. So based off of what I've been able to find, it seems as if there was no priming like the Grecians, I don't know what they're called, but how Greece used oil under our skin to make it less dry. I did not see that for Rome. If they did, maybe they just didn't include it because it was already assumed from ancient Rome, but the facts and the research did not show that. So today, since I don't want to do the exact same thing as Greece, I do want to try to use, they would use chalk to whiten their complexion. I don't have a face powder that's light, like super white, but just for the effect of using a powder foundation, I'm going to use this Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder all over my face as a foundation. Bear with me because I shouldn't be doing this. I needed a puff. Did I not get that? I didn't get that. We'll put it on with this brush. I can't imagine something I would hate more, putting on my foundation with a brush. Great, love it for me. So let's start. So they would use chalk to whiten their complexion, very similar to Greece. You know, the lighter your skin, the better. So my Greece side is going to be this side, and then my modern side will be over here, right? Whatever, that's what we're doing today. So the difference though, which was kind of interesting, is that men were not supposed to wear makeup. And they were also supposed to be tan because that meant that they were out in the sun and they were healthy. Whereas when you were light complected, meant that you weren't out in the sun doing anything. So that was considered a no-no for the ancient Greek men. Men would also dye their hair blonde. I know I'm not a man, but it probably was the same for women. Because if you were blonde, that meant you were out in the sun, because the sun lightened your hair. So they really appreciated blondes, and the best I can do is my balayage that's growing out, so bear with me. Another thing that I found interesting was that Romans cared a lot about their teeth. So they wanted to have white teeth, so they would create false teeth using bone and ivory. And then they would also freshen their breath with powder and baking soda, like a toothpaste. Let me see if I have a puff. right here. I do. I have a puff. This will apply it so much better. So the other thing with, yes, much better. The other thing with makeup, and the reason that I thought using a powder foundation would be good, is because their makeup came in cake form or tablet form. So it would be in something similar to this, like a pressed powder, but it would come in a tablet, similar to a compact. Well, you can see the difference, right? Between my powder foundation and my face. I mean, like, don't look at my face up close. So the next thing I am going to do is, just put a little bit more on my forehead. The next thing I'm going to do is my eyebrows. So similar to ancient Greece, they liked their eyebrows to be very close together. I am not going to have my eyebrows touching because they wouldn't have them touch, they'd just be close to touching. So I'm gonna draw in some fake eyebrow hairs. This is my brown liquid liner. We're gonna draw them in so our eyebrows are a little bit longer and going in towards the center without them touching in the middle. So, yay. I mean, I did some little like running away from me hairs, but you know what, maybe I'll do just like a couple more. So I go 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Get a little closer. What do you say? There is no shape to my brows today. Do I look Roman yet? Dark eyebrows that almost met in the center, great. The other thing that began was plucking. So that started in the 1st century BC. So the ancient Romans would pluck their eyebrow hairs. They would also, because body hair was a no for women, they would pluck or shave different, obviously, hairs. So if you had, you know, some hairs going on here, you had some hairs on your eyebrow, armpits, arms, you know, pluck or shave. They also created a resin paste to strip or use a pumice stone to scrape. So kind of like a wax. Or they would scrape the hairs off with a pumice stone. However, men needed to not shave, but they needed to remove some hair. So like if they removed some hair, they looked refined, but if they removed all their hair, they looked feminine. So it was like a good balance right in the middle. The other thing I wanted to do is a light pink on the cheeks. Best I have is this Milani Luminoso blush, light pink-ish, I guess. So they would put light pink on their cheeks using Tyrian vermilion, rose and poppy petals, red chalk, crocodile dung, or mulberry. And if you were really wealthy, you could use red ochre because it was very expensive. But they used light pink blush, which I know for ancient Greece, I believe I used like a more red toned. So I wanted to make sure to add the light pink. Okay, there's my blush application. What a joy. As for their eyes, we're gonna move on to something a little bit more exciting here. The ideal Roman eyes were large and with long lashes. So it was said back then that eyelashes would fall out from sexual excess. So if your lashes were short, you were not proper, and your long lashes proved chastity. They also used coal to darken their lashes and their lids. So they would apply that with ivory, glass, bones, wood, and then dipped in oil or water first to kind of get it a little wet. Kind of like a gel liner, which I do actually have. That might make more sense. Do I even have a liner brush though? No, because they're all dirty. You can try this one, I guess. And that counts. And then they also would use blue or green, but I did green for Egypt, so I wanted to do blue today. So I have a nice shimmery blue. I'm going to, it doesn't really say what other colors, or at least I don't have it written down what other colors they might use in their eyes. I know I like deepened up my crease in a couple of the other looks, so I think I'm gonna do that real quick, just a neutral brown, and just deepen the crease area just a little bit. and then we'll add the blue and then the liner. And the important thing is to add the liner to our lashes as well, because that was a big part of it. Wow, my face hurts. Having this much powder on my skin like physically hurts me. I don't know if people understand that or not. This is a little bit brighter than I wanted. Pat it out with the face powder. Yes. Okay. So we applied that. Now we're just gonna apply the blue with my finger. It's actually a little purpley, but we're gonna do it. This is called Twerk from the Jaclyn Hill palette. Disregard Sean. He's mad at his game. So they would use azurite, which is a kind of metallic, I believe, stone. Look it up. Mineral. It's a deep blue copper mineral. So this gel liner I've gotten a lot of use out of the last couple videos. So now we're just gonna put the gel eyeliner on a brush, apply it to our lids. Oh, that was hard already. I don't like this eyeliner brush. This isn't really an eyeliner brush. It's more of like an eye definer brush that you could use on your lower lash line. All right, now I'm trying to apply some of this to my lashes because they did use their kohl on their lashes. God, I hate the black on my lower lash line. Wow, could not hate something more. Look at how awful I look. I hate the black all the way around the eyes. Young Caitlin liked it a lot. Current Caitlin, not so much. I don't think this blue is what I want. I don't think it's dark enough to be like a copper, a dark blue copper metal. I'm going to dip into here. What about this one? I don't know the name of this, but it's the blue in the James Charles palette. Oh yeah, that's giving me the vibes I needed. One could say that they took some of the grease idea and kind of had like a lip gloss or like a tinted balm. However, there's no way to do that because they didn't necessarily say that anywhere. So I don't want to just assume that they took stuff from Greece. So as my research was showing that there was nothing, literally a quote was, "Nothing shows that Romans wore lipstick." So I'm not going to put any lipstick on. So I'm gonna end you here with Rome. I'm gonna do my current version on this side as to what I would do modern day with this blue situation and liner. Let me tell you, it's not this. So I'll be right back. You wanna see how dry my skin is? Here, look. Look at it. Look at how dry it is. It hurts. It just hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. Hi friends, I'm back with my modern day blue eye with a black winged liner, some mascara. Here's the thing, my face, here it is, it's in a lot of pain from all this powder on this side, so I'm going to spray it. I just wanted to come on here at least without the spray because it is going to change how this side looks. I just can't do it. I'm like in so much pain. Okay. Feels so much better on this side of my face already. So what I did on this side to give like the allure of ancient Rome, the modern take, if you will, is obviously I did blue all over my lid. I did a standard brown or neutral crease and then I cut it with some concealer. I used the James Charles palette's blue on the inner, and then between the dark brown and the lighter blue I used the Jaclyn Hill Twerk shade. Then I did a winged black winged liner. In order to make my eyes look larger, because that is something that they liked, I used a bright nude shade on my waterline. As you can tell, just makes your eye much larger than this side. I also then blended out the same browns on the lower lash line. I added a bright inner corner highlight because that also makes your eyes pop and look a little larger. I did fill in my brows like I normally would, so I mean, I'm never gonna make them look like this, so I did what I normally do. I did add some bronzer along with the exact same blush shade that I used on this side, and a no lip look. Since they didn't use lipstick, I just put a very standard gloss shade on there just to kind of give myself something, and that's about it. I forgot one thing that I totally forgot to mention before, and I think is super interesting. Let me get my notebook back out. Is that the ancient Romans were the first people who really tried to cover up pimples or acne so their skin would look clear and perfect. And so in order to do so, they would mix barley, flour, and butter and put it on their pimples to cover it up. And I think that's pretty cool because obviously we use concealer, like a potted concealer like this, or our standard concealer but a skin tone shade, to cover up any pimples that we have, to kind of hide them. And to know that the ancient Romans kind of did that too is kind of interesting. Now the other takeaways I have are the coating the lashes in the kohl to make them darker. We now have mascara. That did kind of, the OG mascara did come in 1920s, I believe, but we'll get to that at some point. But the idea that you need to darken your lashes did come from this time. Also the larger eyes, that's definitely something that people like to do to kind of fill in the waterline with a brighter color to make their eyes look a little bit larger and brighter. And like I said, the pimple cover, I'm doing this because I have a pimple right here that I actually covered today. So covering a pimple is really something that I hadn't seen yet, which is nice to know for modern day makeup. And obviously the brow plucking. So plucking your hairs and shaving your face or making wax, that's pretty cool. I've not heard of anybody else having wax yet. So for that to be something that was created back in ancient Rome that has trickled its way into modern day society is very interesting. Also, the idea that they put on makeup for themselves and other people. They wanted to impress others, they wanted to look good. They wanted to look good. The gods had nothing to do with their need and want to put makeup on. So that was really interesting for me because obviously in modern day culture, we're not putting makeup on because the Lord and Savior told us to. We put makeup on because we want to, and we see other people wearing it and we want to look like that too. So that is my ancient Rome update for today. I genuinely don't know what I'm doing next week. I believe the next step is like Elizabethan era, but that might be very wrong. Like I'm not 100%. I feel like I wrote it down. I have this notebook for a reason. Why wouldn't I reference it? I'm not sure. Please hold, please hold. Please hold some more, we're almost there. Here we are. Yes, so next after Rome looks like Italy or France from 1400 to 1500. And if not, we'll be jumping to 1500 to 1600 Europe and England, which does start with the Elizabethan era. So if that's the case, it might be Elizabethan era next week. I'm not sure. Here's all my notes of all my times. So I'll see y'all in Europe next week. If you found this video enjoyable, I ask you to please like and comment because it does boost people seeing my videos that are not people like you that I forced to watch them because I want you to, and because you're subscribed. That's not the point either. So if you could like or comment, let me know what you think, let me know what you liked. If you had any other ancient Roman makeup facts, I would also appreciate that. I like to learn. This is exciting. If you also would like to see more of me and more of my Evolution of Makeup series, I suggest that you hit that subscribe button down below. Also, if you turn on the bell, you'll get a notification when I upload. Could be interesting if you're that into it. I do upload every Thursday at 4:15 p.m. So if you want to come back every Thursday at 4 and not subscribe, whatever, just watch the video. I don't even care. You can also follow me on Instagram at CaitlinJolene_makeup, where I post Makeup Mondays every Monday. At least I try. And I just like to post some things there when I get a chance as well. So follow me on there, as well as I do have a TikTok. It's CaitlinJolene14 right over here. If you would like to follow me there. There's not a ton of makeup, but you never know. On that note, I'm gonna go take pictures of this, finish watching The Amazing Race, and have a great night to all of you. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. Bye.